Good morning, folks. Good morning. So, how's life treating you? How's things are going? And how was your weekend? So, it has been an eventful. It was a weekend full of events. It was a little bit oniric, and just let me know how it was your weekend. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the full moon we're preparing for. In a couple of days, we're going to have a full moon in the zodiac sign of Virgo. But there is a build-up, and these days are the build-up to the full moon. And what's the build-up? The build-up is that we had already Venus. She's being nudged by Mr. Pluto or Mrs. Pluto to transform her desires and her way of attracting things. So you might be noticing that some things, some values, some desires are changing. And since it's at sextile, it is changing with much more ease. It doesn't mean that it's not always painful, but it's changing. There's the flow there. So we're starting to being more in tune with our desires of what we would like to make happen. Now, in the meantime, Mercury is being, let's say, busy, for lack of word, with Mars in Sagittarius and Pluto in Capricorn. So Mars is all energetic and saying to Mercury in Pisces, we need to get going. We need to get going about our ideas, how we're going to put our passion and our intuition together. And I'm not really getting it right. It's a square. It is the fire energy of passion, of going forward to get things, and the Pisces energy that is more water, and that it takes the shape of what is holding, of what is being held in, actually. So there's a bit of steam going on, and this fogginess doesn't help for clarity. In the meantime, Pluto is saying to Mercury, we need to change things as well. The same thing that he said to Venus, Pluto is saying it to Mercury as well. But this time, it's not our values. This time, it is how we think. So first we transformed our values, and now we are going to transform our way of thinking. But at the same time, we need to incorporate our passion in it because of that Mars in Sagittarius. Tomorrow, there is Venus having a trine with Jupiter and Pluto having a trine, and Mercury having a trine with Jupiter too. Now, Jupiter is in Scorpio, that fixed water energy. So there we go again with emotions, but emotions that dig deep. And they are trining, they are communicating, they are really pushing forward this thing of the emotions that they need from healing, from the waters, from the emotions that heal, we need to get the intuition. So there is a lot going on, but few of the things are clear. Because although it is a full moon in Virgo, so we're thinking clarity, we're thinking being methodical, we're being practical, looking at details and making sense out of it. If we look at the ruler of this full moon, that is Mercury, Mercury is in Pisces. And Mercury in Pisces doesn't like being there. Now, Mercury loves to be unshackled in his or her thinking. He wants to be clear. He wants to have no chains attached, so that he can think whatever he wants to and communicate whatever he wants to. But being Pisces, he is literally drowned and overwhelmed in water emotions. And it's so ever-changing that he doesn't get a second to think something clearly, that all of a sudden the emotions have changed. So that was why in Mercury in Pisces, it's not our run-of-the-mill Mercury. He gets his understanding, he gets his thinking in a very unconventional way. And he needs to think hard about it, because it doesn't come easy. It's Mercury in Pisces, he's not happy to be there, because there's too much emotions. So this is a full moon in Virgo, that it's a little bit of a contradiction, as is always is the contradiction between the Virgo energy and the Pisces energy, the opposites. So it's the healing energy again. We're being asked to heal, but we are being asked to heal with a lot of that intuition, that water energy. Thank you, Sophie. That water energy, which Virgo being an earth sign, yes, water and that go together, but too much water, then it makes a lot of mud. And we just get stuck in it. And usually Virgos do get stuck in overthinking. This is an overwhelm of emotions, and we can't see clearly. We have just now 4 planets in water, and actually just now, I mean for the lunation, we have 4 planets in water that are somehow being tossed and punched by Mars, and now let's get these things going, and this person needs to find, I can see horizons, I can see those ideas that come from afar, I want them, that we can make them work. But at the same time, the Pisces energy is so ever changing that it's difficult to make them work. In the meantime, it is being over-exaggerated by Jupiter in Scorpio. The Pisces energy is just now boom, big and big and big. The water energy is big because Jupiter even rules Pisces. And so this is the energy of emotions, not only fluctuating, but they're coming from deep, deep down. So it is a moon of healing, but don't expect to see clearly through. There's a lot of emotions will be coming up and swell, as that's usually as a full moon does. But this is being overwhelmed basically by emotions sometimes. And so we need time to be with those emotions because we can't clearly think through them. Now, if we look at where the mention of the moon, the full moon is, it's the 13th mention. Now, the key words for the 13th mention is conjunction, erotic bond, the alchemical marriage, the union, sexuality, and vital energy. Now, the image of this 13th mention is a man with a huge desire to make love to a woman. And it's depicted very clearly that he really wants her. So this is something that it's beyond somehow control. You can't control erotic feelings. They're there. But it is also that thing like that heartfelt desire, the desire that you feel it deep inside your body, and you can't deny it. So it is a generally auspicious mention because what makes us move, what makes us do things in life is really desire. It's really that love we feel for things or persons or anything in the world, for ideas. The love for Mars in Sagittarius is the love for philosophy, the love for anything that helps us give meaning. So the full moon here is saying, bring together in an alchemical marriage probably things that seem so far apart. It is, as it is the Pisces energy that is so watery, so going round, fluctuating, so literally listening to what is happening there in the ethers, and the pragmatic, mutable energy of Virgo, that is, I'm looking at the details to see how these things work. I'll divide it into pieces so that I can bring it back together because I've understood how it works in the earthly plane. And Pisces is saying, I just leave it unbounded. I just leave it there, and I'll get the intuition too. So both of them, both Virgo and Pisces, get intuition. It's just they get it differently. And bringing them together is where the healing starts. And there is a lot of healing energy with Jupiter in Scorpio, enlarging everything that is of the Pisces energy. Now, the nature of the mansion is Mercury and Mars. Now, every mansion has their stars, fixed stars, linked to it, and they have the nature of Mercury and Mars, which are very, very present in this lunation. We might be not communicating clearly, but we might be having intuitions and insights that we never had before. And then we can act on them. Then we can go out in the world and do those ideas and get what we want and get the dream that we're dreaming. But there will not be a lot of clarity, and a lot of emotions will be there. So, yes, Sophie. Okay, I'll look through it afterwards. I'll read it all, and I'll answer you later. Okay. So, take time to be with yourself. Take time to be with your emotions. Take time to dream. Take time to dream your dream. I'm not saying that the Virgo energy is not there. It's just it will manifest in ways which are not as usual as a Virgo is. Virgo doesn't do a lot of emotions. Virgo is earth and wants things to be practical. It looks at the details. It wants them to make sense. And Pisces makes sense out of things by having faith, by tuning in to the universal unconsciousness, sort of, all the energies that are beyond the earthly realms. So one doesn't make sense to the other. And it is in bringing them together that we will starting to make sense. So be with yourself. Listen to your body. Virgo energy is very tuned into the body. They know how it works. So they are emotional sponges, even if they don't do well the emotions, but they feel through their body. They feel through the earth. So it's bringing in the Pisces energy to the body and listening to it. And then we can act on it. Slowly, by time, clarity would come. We are still in the eclipse season. It will close with the next black moon, and the crescent moon will start a new journey. So for now, things are not clear, especially with all this Pisces energy and with Mercury in Pisces. Okay, so take your time, dream your dream, start writing it, whatever it comes. Write it with music, listening to music. Write it near the sea. Write it when you are a little bit in altered states. Right, see what happens. Pay attention to your dreams. They might be telling you something. The intuition, the information will come from non-earthly realms and integrating it with the Virgo details, with the Virgo planning, that's going to be the challenge of this moon. Okay, so let me know how you're feeling. Please do post here, share this video if you like it, thumbs up, react, whatever. Tell me what you're feeling. The build-up of emotions, it's already starting because we're nearly there. And let me know how you're dealing with this energy. I'm sorry, should it have been this? But it's telling me that it's time to change. Okay, so take care and let me know. Post here. And I'm switching to the Italian part. Okay, bye-bye.